Morning peeps, I'm in the wrong lane. It's your lucky day today because we are going into central Christchurch and we're going to go and visit the art gallery. And I just put it on me for a bit. Go and visit the art gallery and you lot are coming with me. So it's very exciting. We're going to go on the hunt for clues for FPL players this week. And last week's clue, which was of course Foxy, who was hanging up in the car, Jamie Vardy, who came away with 8 points. So that was a good clue. And today we got Leo. Here's Leo, look. Who, according to WAG, I bought him in 2010. I thought I'd actually bought him in 1990 because I used to live in the Netherlands, in Noordwijk, which is near Leiden, near Amsterdam. And I lived there for a couple of years. And I thought I bought him then. But apparently we bought him in 2010 when we went there for a holiday, which it would have been the World Cup in South Africa, where Leo here was the Dutch mascot. So anyway, there could be a lot of clues concerned with Leo, a lot of clues. For one thing, he's Dutch obviously, and we know there are a few interesting Dutch players playing this week. You've got Van Heck, Brighton, could do well against Tottenham. We've got Van Dijk, of course. Gravenbach, I think, is another one, isn't he, for Liverpool? And Kluivert. And Kluivert, of course, could be an extra special clue, couldn't he? Because his father also played for Holland in World Cups. I don't think he was in any in the 1990 or the 2008. I think it was... Oh, when did he play? 1998, I think Kluivert was. I've got fond memories of Kluivert from playing FIFA. Because every time I play FIFA, I always build a Dutch team full of icons, and Kluivert is always in my central midfield. Anyway, peeps, he's also got a number 14 on his back, which is quite interesting because there are actually quite a few good players playing this week but wear a number 14 on their shirt. Quite a few. There's Chiesa, Liverpool. He's number 14, I think. He could do well this week if he starts. Christian Eriksen, he's a number 14 and could also do pretty well, couldn't he? I nearly had a crash before. I had to redo the video. Some woman came out right in front of me at the intersection and I was swearing. The old bill turned up and it was... I bloody should have kept the thing on, but it was facing me and not the road, otherwise you would have seen a real drama, pips. So, who else has got number 14? Where's my cheat sheet? I've lost my cheat sheet. Hang on, I wrote them down. Isaac is number 14, and so is Leo. Now this has to be a huge clue. Huge clue. You know, I see the Fantasy Scout had him as their captain in their team. Obviously there's a big doubt of whether he'll actually play or not, but the fact that Isaac is number 14 has to go down as a massive clue there, I think. Pau Torres, number 14. Everybody's jumping on Consa, but nobody owns poor old Pau Torres. But you know, maybe it's his turn. And another big one, peeps, is Kudos, which is, you know, away at Ipswich. Everyone's on Bowen. Kudos could be a massive clue. Unfortunately, there are no Dutch number 14s this week. Otherwise, we would have really been, you know, we'd have been putting our mortgage on it, wouldn't we, if we had one. I think I've caught, well, I went for a flu jab yesterday and a COVID jab for some strange reason. I don't know why I went for one of them, but I did them together anyway. And turns out it's given me COVID and flu, I think. It's given me a mini version of them anyway. So anyway, I'll put the thing on. So ahead, if you see any, that's the same number plate as this car almost. Mine's a KZY. And mine's also a Volkswagen, but not a Golf. but we shall see. You know, maybe we'll get a number plate clue. But what I'm going to do, once we get to the central city, to the art gallery, I'll turn off the phone and I'll just turn it on every time I find a clue. Because obviously there's a lot of paintings in that there, and surely I better find one or two clues. And I'll show you some of my favourite paintings that are at the art gallery. Because I know you all, you know, obviously you're all a very cultured lot, aren't you? You know. So back to the number 14s. I think Ericsson, surely he's going to start against Villa. Surely he's going to start, because they're going to be worn out, aren't they, all the first teamers? Ugate's going to play, of course, isn't he? Because he didn't play in the final for some strange reason. And all the praise Costa Poglu's getting, whatever his name is, it's making me wish they'd never won the bloody thing, because it's ridiculous. Seeing all these articles about how he's so brilliant and he's making this big tactical decision not to worry about the league and all this. It's absolute bollocks, isn't it? I mean, they were just losing because they were crap. It was no big master plan, and they only won the final because Man United were completely crap. I mean, any other half decent team. There's the art gallery there, look peeps, I don't know if you can see it, it's on the right, probably can't see it from here. All you can see is the road, but I'm going to head down to the underground car park anyway. Hopefully they'll let me film. If they don't, I'll be blaming you lot. You know, if I get in trouble because you lot are looking at paintings and you shouldn't be, then I'm going to be holding you lot responsible. Anyway, peeps, where's the entrance here? Here we are. Right. There's always someone gets in the way, isn't there? Right, get out of the way. What's happening here? Better not be full. This will be trouble. Right. Look, we're going down, peeps. Underground car park. Now, this is the first FPL video you've seen of an underground car park. You know, this has caught Steve-O out. You know, he hasn't done one of these. Hang on, peeps. Look, you need arms like a bloody giraffe, orangutan around here to get the. Oh Jesus Christ, my arm's sore. To reach out to get a ticket. I've got that flu jab and COVID jab that I had. My arm is like so sore today. It's unbelievable. Right, peeps, we're going to park here. I think we'll take someone's electric park, shall we? So they can't. Why are they all different colours? Okay, so that is an electric park, so they're not parked there. You know, all this etiquette involved in parking your car, peeps. Now, why is this one yellow? This one would be alright, wouldn't it? Shocking driving. Look, I'm going to hit that bollard. Right. Anyway, peeps, I shall see you all once we get inside. So, cheers for now, and I'll talk to you in a minute. Very exciting. You're going to see some nice paint. So, cheers from me and Leo, peeps. That's the last you're going to see of Leo today. Remember, Dutch, number 14, either 1990 World Cup according to me, 2010 according to Wad. But you look at how faded he is. I'm sure I've had him more than 15 years. Anyway, peeps, I'll talk to you all later. Okay, so cheers for the next 10 seconds. Here we are, look, peeps. This is the art gallery. Look, massive, great big building there, and it's going to be full of clues as to who we should buy. Well, peeps, not much so far. There's a Japanese exhibition on downstairs, and all it is pictures of a full moon. And I think Mitoma's Japanese, isn't he? And if there's a full moon in Brighton this week, I've got to talk quietly here, peeps. It's dead quiet in here, and everyone can hear me. But if there's a full moon over Tottenham on Sunday, that could be a clue. But Mitoma could in fact do very, very well this week. Look at this, peeps. I should have had some mushrooms before I come out. Look. Don't even need them. Don't even need them. Look. Trippy dippy visuals. but no clues concerning our FPL players. Well peeps, we've got a Bill Hammond, who's famous for doing these eagles and having paint dripping down his thingamybobs, and convocation of eagles. Now, what is this going to tell us about Palace at the weekend? Is that Sarr? Doesn't really look like him, does it? I'm getting funny looks here, peeps, funny looks, but we shall we shall carry on regardless. Now, that's them in their cave. Who are they playing? I've forgotten who they're playing. Liverpool, that's right. So this is vitally important in terms of our captain. Now this doesn't really look like Anfield, does it really? But you never know, peeps. It doesn't look like a good sign for Palace to me. That one there's obviously Eza. And we shall move on. Look, peeps, there's Ivan Major's speedway bike. I don't know if you remember him. When I was down in Exeter, he used to ride for the Exeter Falcons years and years and years ago. Probably like 1970 I went to see them, 1972 or something like that. And I didn't even realise he was a New Zealander at the time. But there's his speedway bike. He always used to be racing against someone called Ollie Olsen, didn't he? Do you remember that? You probably don't. You probably weren't even born, peeps. You weren't even born. But and even now, you still don't even know you're born. You know what I mean? So I'll talk to you all in a minute, peeps. But there's certainly no clues. Where is there? Speedway was quite funny because I went with my mother. I was only about 9 or 10, and nobody was standing on the corners at all, you know, down by the bend. So I thought, I know, I'll go and stand by the bend. And the bikes come past, and we just got a shower of grit, high speed, travelling at high speed, straight in the face, you know. So that was my night over, peeps. I was off crying after that. Right, now, this suit of armour is interesting because we look at the bottom and we see Crystal Palace. So that was yet again. But the thing is though, peeps, I don't think that character in that suit came to a very good end. And I can see the same happening to Palace. So I don't know if that's a good clue for Palace or a bad clue. I'm going with the narrative that it's a bad clue. Same with those birds down in hell being covered in dripping paint. Was not a good sign for Palace, I think. You saw the state Sarr was in Eza. So all up, I'm thinking that's a clue for the worst. Now what have we got here? What's this load of bollocks? Coalport vases. No clues there. Anyway, peeps, I'm off to the river now, so I'll see you when I get there. Peeps, I've made a massive rookie error. I've come out and my phone is now down to 2%. Right, peeps, I'm back home in the garden and I've made a massive error there. Massive error. Going out without charging my phone properly, and it just got cut off. Now I might include an outtake at the end of this, because on the way I did nearly get involved in a crash. So I might put the outtake on at the end after I said goodbye to you all. But hopefully you enjoyed that video, and there's going to be more to come next season. Obviously I'm going to run out of mascots for my car, aren't I, at some stage. But we shall carry on, peeps. Anyway, I'm off now, so watch that. And if there's a bit added on at the end, it'll be the near fatal collision I was involved in through no fault of my own, peeps, because I was hands-free. I was not holding onto the phone or doing anything wrong. You know, I might have been looking at my cheat sheet instead of concentrating on the road, but that's no excuse to drive straight in front of me. Anyway, I'll talk to you all later, peeps. So like and subscribe, smash that like button. as we're told to do. Okay, so cheers for now, peeps.